is often described as reality, but in truth, reality is merely a canvas on which context paints its intricate patterns. The way we see, interpret, and react to situations is deeply influenced by the circumstances surrounding them. Our backgrounds, experiences, and the information available at any given moment shape our understanding, leading to varied interpretations of the same reality. Imagine walking into a restaurant and seeing a man in a disabled outfit sitting in a corner. If you were told he was a homeless man who had wandered in, you might feel pity or concern. However, if you learned he was an undercover billionaire testing the quality of service, your perception would shift drastically. The same individual, same setting, but different context, leading to completely different interpretations. Similarly, consider how news headlines frame events. A protest can be labeled as an uprising for justice or a threat to national stability, depending on the agenda of the source. This difference in framing influences public opinion, shaping narratives and affecting real-world outcomes. Culture also, it is one of the strongest contextual forces that mold perception. In some cultures, direct eye contact is seen as a sign of confidence and respect, while in others, it is perceived as aggression or defiance. The the same action, this eye contact, eliciting different emotional and psychological responses solely based on cultural background. Now let's consider the perception of time. In Western cultures, punctuality is often associated with discipline and reliability. Meanwhile, in some African and Latin American cultures, time is viewed more fluidly, with an emphasis on relationships over strict schedules. A person arriving late for a meeting in New York might be seen as unprofessional, whereas in Lagos or another place, it could be viewed as a normal aspect of social interactions. The same act, but different meanings based on context. Context isn't just shaped by culture or environment. It is also deeply personal. A child, for instance, who grows up in a household filled with love and support may view the world as a safe and kind place. Conversely, one who experiences neglect or hardship may develop a more cautious and distrustful outlook. Two people can watch the same movie or hear the same speech and walk away with completely different interpretations influenced by their past experiences and emotional states. One notable example is the classical optical illusion known as the young woman and the old lady. Some people immediately say a young woman in the drawing, while others see an old lady. The difference in perception isn't due to any flaw in vision, but rather in the mental framework through which they view the image. Once a person is made aware of both possibilities, they can shift their perceptions accordingly, further proving that context dictates what we see. Businesses and policymakers, they understand the power of context and often use it strategically. Marketers, for example, craft advertisements that appeal to different emotions depending on the audience. A product that is marketed as affordable to one demographic may be positioned as luxurious to another, all based on the context in which it is presented. Similarly, legal decisions are often swayed by the context in which a case is presented. A person accused of theft might be judged differently if they are perceived as a desperate individual trying to feed their family versus someone stealing for personal gain. The underlying fact may be the same, but the framing of the narrative influences judgment and consequences. Understanding that context shapes perception is crucial in fostering empathy, improving communication, and making informed decisions. It reminds us to question our initial judgments, seek broader perspectives, and remain open to alternative viewpoints. In a world that is increasingly polarized, recognizing the role of context can be the key to bridging divides and fostering meaningful connections. So the next time you find yourself reacting strongly to a situation, pause and ask yourself, what context am I missing?